you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, welcome back. If you were a first timer, welcome. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can DM me there. You can send me questions there. You can comment and send me questions on YouTube. I appreciate them. Make sure to also like the video and subscribe. Click the bell so you get these videos every single day when we put them out. Today we are looking at our daily setups. We're basically just going to do reversals today because there are so many of them. But our daily reversal setups on the one-day chart for Tuesday, January 18th, as the markets are closed today, Monday, January 17th. And as we get into it, you'll notice a very similar pattern through almost every one of these reversals on the daily. Now, I went through a weekly chart. As you can see up here, check out that video for your swing plays. But almost every reversal on the 1 week chart is the exact same play on the 1 day chart. And you come up into targets, second targets on the daily. So it's time frame continuity for sure, and we'll see that as we go along. But let's get started, and we will start with Apple, AAPL. And so now these pink and purple lines that I've drawn here represent our triggers on the daily. These green lines that I've got on here represent the triggers for the weekly on the weekly time frame. So if I go to the weekly, that's our trigger at 177.21, targets up here. On the daily, our triggers are down here with targets here. Now if we break through here, that's our weekly, so you want to stay in that play then because it's time frame continuity. The daily triggers the weekly, which will trigger the monthly. So anyways, back to it. Apple AAPL, our trigger is here. 173.79 is the trigger for Apple. And just watch, because as I said, if we cross into the weekly trigger, we have the opportunity to go much higher than this first target. Next play, Adobe, ADBE. Purple line, pink line is the trigger on the daily, 522.58. First target's set up here. And as you notice here, we have our weekly targets again, sitting almost on the third bar back. So again, watch for that if we trigger into here. Next play, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, trigger at 137.17. Now your target here is 141.29, but if we pass that, that's our weekly trigger. So we should see continuation higher throughout the rest of the week if we hit this first trigger, target, sorry. Next play, Amazon. Again, a very similar pattern to everything we've been looking at so far. We trigger calls at 32.45.70. Targets are here. And again, our weekly trigger sits just above our first target. CRM, Salesforce.com. Again, same pattern. As I said before, you're going to see this pattern over and over and over as we go through every single one of these plays, or almost every single one of these plays. So again, trigger on CRM, 233.35. First target at the top of this red candle here, this second candle. And then our weekly trigger is just shortly after that at 239.32. DOCU, DocuSign. Again, daily trigger, 133.50. And here's the weekly trigger at 145.94. Facebook, daily trigger on the purple, 332.78. And our weekly trigger on the green, 336.38. Again, just above this second candle back. Google, GOOG, trigger on the daily to the upside for the reversal, 2823.46. Targets at 2863.48, which brings us into our trigger for the weekly. We go into MasterCard, credit card play. We have a 2 up, 2 down, but that 2 down is turned green. We have time frame continuity on the day, week, month, quarterly, and the yearly. We have our trigger at 374.72, targets at just below 377.81, and again, that's our trigger for the weekly right there. So look for that. Next play, we've got Marvel Technology, MRVL. Trigger on the daily, 83.18. Targets at the top of this red candle here. And again, as we've seen in a continuous pattern, our trigger for the weekly just above that. Microsoft, I like how Rob Black calls this one Mr. Softy, MSFT, Mr. Softy, Microsoft. Daily trigger, 310.93. Targets at the top of this red candle. And again, we've got the trigger on the weekly. Just right here. I was amazed to see that all the way through every single one of these reversals. And like I said, every reversal I had on the week was the same on the daily, I think, except for Uber was the only one. So as we get into NVDA here, NVDA, trigger on the reversal, 272.02. And again, your trigger on the weekly is just above that. We come into pins, PINS, Pinterest. Trigger for the daily for calls, 33.21. Targets around 34.72. And then we have our weekly trigger just after that. Again. QQQ. Reversal. What do we have here? 380.32 for the trigger. And again, your weekly trigger just above your target on the daily. SPY is another one. And again, if you check out the weekly reversal video that I put out on YouTube, I did front run SPY here on this one with just one contract to see where it goes. Expiry is end of day tomorrow, so we'll see where that one heads to, if we continue higher or if the reversal is a fail and we just continue in a downward trend. So SPY, if we break 465.17, I'm jumping in there with calls, but I already have at this point. Tesla, TSLA, we take this trigger at 1052.6. Our target is just below 1116.63, but then again, that is our target for the weekly, so pay attention to that this week. Visa credit card play, 2 up, 2 down. On the reversal, we're going to look for this to break to the high side at 218.26 being our trigger. Our target is about 220.52, and then again, our weekly trigger is just above that on Visa. And the last play I think I have here is NEO. This is not a reversal, this is a Rev Strat. So we have a inside bar, a number 1, followed by a 2 down. And we're going to look for NEO to jump above into, what do we have here on the purple? 31.33 is our trigger. Targets, we're looking for 31.85, and then our weekly trigger is 31.88. I would expect NEO at some point to really break out. All the analysts have a high target on them, so I'm curious to see where NEO comes out on that. As I said, I do have a lot of shares in NEO, and I have quite a few LEAP contracts that expire January 2023, so we'll see where those ones go. And that is it for today, folks. We are done. That is your daily setups, your daily reversal setups for Tuesday, January 18th. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see if I can do a review on this one on Tuesday evening for you guys. See you next time.